Hey, this is number two, video number two in the web series. We're kind of talking about grief. If you missed the first one, it just basically, I went over how I felt dealing with the loss of my grandma in 2004. And these videos are just because I think grief needs to be able to be talked about more, even if you're dealing with a loss that you've had years and years and years ago. So yeah, if you've had that experience, feel free to open up if you want. That's fine. So my next experience with grief was in 2009. I lost my mom, and that one was really, really different from my grandma. Very, very different. I had a very hit or miss relationship with my mom. There were times growing up where she wasn't really around, and that kind of sucked. And then there were times where she was really sick, and that sucked. And then there were times where we were together, and that didn't suck, which is great. But extremely different. I talked about how with my grandmom, I didn't even really cry at the funeral. It was just, yeah, I didn't understand fully that somebody's gone forever, I think. The day my mom passed in 2009, I remember I worked at a karate school at the time, and I remember texting or calling, actually, the people I worked for and saying, hey, here's what's going on. And then nobody responded at first. I think they were all just in shock. And then I went to work that day, and they were like, why are you here? And I don't know. You didn't tell me not to come. I don't know. I just went like, okay, well, please leave if you feel the need to. But if you want to be here and you feel like it helps you, then be here. So I stayed for a half hour. Then somebody asked me, are you okay? And I cried and said no and left. So I remember that very, very vividly. I remember it hit my dad really hard, and I just, yeah, it was horrible. I'll never forget I'll never forget the way I found out that she was like in the hospital and it wasn't looking good. I was over at a friend's house. My cousin comes running in the door crying, and we didn't really see each other cry growing up. So I knew something was like, what is going on? I'll never forget that. Ever, 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 ever forget that. And I remember just listening to him say, it's your mom and it's not okay. And I was like, whoa. It just broke me, I think. And when she passed, I was, that was my first true horrible experience with grief, because it was somebody who's been in my life the whole time, and I'm older now. So like I remember that year my mom really wanted to see me graduate high school was her big thing. And she would talk to me growing up, and she would say things like, I just want to live to see you graduate high school. So in my head, that was a normal thing to say to kids, I guess. Or whatever age I was, I don't remember. But that was like a normal thing for me to hear. And I knew my mom was sick. I knew my mom wasn't going to be around forever. But I didn't think 2009 was going to be it. I didn't think I was only going to get 19 years. So that one was really hard. Very different from my grandmom. I think it hit me and my dad. It hit us together in a really hard way, and it hit us each separately in a really hard way. Yeah, I just think for me, it's my mom still pops up, and I still think about it a lot. And this is probably the first experience I have of, I wish this was normal to bring up years and years and years later, because then it would be, I could text somebody and be like, yo, I feel sad, or whatever the case. So yeah, I think if you've had an experience where you've experienced a loss and you sometimes come back to it and wish you could say something about it, about them, about your life with them, or to somebody, or to them even, feel free to write it, here, write it here in this video, write it somewhere else, write it in a journal, a diary, whatever you got, or write it online. Just tell your partner, maybe get it out there somewhere. Because it is okay to come back. It really is. It's okay to think back and be like, damn, I'm still really upset about this. It was 14 years ago at this point. I lost my mom. It's just crazy, insane to me. Maybe 15. I don't know. I don't feel like doing the math right now. But I still think about it, and I still think that there are some days where I'm just like, damn, I wish my mom could meet my daughter. My mom would have loved my daughter. I mean, everyone loves Sabrina, let's be real here. Come on, guys. But damn, that would have been cool. So wherever you are, Mom, I hope you're doing the best you can. I hope you're listening to Donny Osmond, which is such a weird music obsession that my mom had. But yeah, hope you're happy. And have a great day, guys. I'll talk to you next time.